Alrighty, we are live on YouTube. Hello, everybody watching this podcast of the first episode of Dusting Off the Ropes. I am your host, Ryandust, and I just want to say it is a pleasure to announce that my first guest on Dusting Off the Ropes is none other than the Victory Pro Wrestling champion, the head honcho of Handsome, the person who will be defending his title tomorrow at Under Pressure at Victory Pro Wrestling against Jack Thompson. Please welcome my guest at this time, along with his dog. Oop, that's my stream. Sorry. Please welcome this time, along with his dog, Johnny Pretty Boy Collins. Johnny, what's up?
Thank you. What is up with you, Ryan? How's everything?
I'm doing good, Johnny. How are you? I just saw that you just came back from Cabo.
Yes, it was.
How is everything?
It was a time, man. It was a time. I was the best man in my cousin's wedding. Got to watch him.
I did see that.
Yes, there's a vlog on YouTube. You can go watch it at Colin John O'Connell on YouTube. But yeah, man, everything's good. Everything's good. I'm back into the grind, back into the swing of things, right, Benny? And yeah, we're gonna defend this bad boy tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be defending it against Jack Tomlinson. And there's a stipulation in play where if the Even Stevens don't win their match, they're not outside for you. But I don't think there's a lot to worry there.
Yeah, so. I mean, you know what? Like, if by chance the Even Stevens happen to slip up and let the titles go, right? My confidence is through the roof. I've beaten Jack twice. What do I have to be worried about?
Well, if history says something, you are, I believe, 2-1 against Jack Tomlinson.
I am, and I will go on record and say that I am the greatest Victory Pro Wrestling champion of all time. I mean, have you look at my track record? My very first title defense, I retired Coach Mamone. How many people can say that they did that?
None. Nobody can say they've retired Coach Mamone. Nobody really can say they retired pretty much anybody except for, maybe Baron Corbin.
And I can. I can because I retired Coach Mamone. And then after that, I beat Kevin Tibbs and I sent him back and nobody's heard from him since. So what do I have to worry about? A little vlogger who likes to take people's gimmicks? I'm not worried about it.
Heck, you might send Jack packing after this. Oh, get it? See what I did there? Jack pack?
I might. Benny, what do you think? You think I should? Benny says yes. Benny says I should.
No, Benny, I can tell he's saying yes. Yes.
we have this telepathic thing, and he just was like, yeah, you got this.
Yeah, it's like it's a owner dog. You can tell.
So you get it.
Yes. Alrighty, so we're gonna get to the questions here. Are you ready, Johnny?
I was born ready. Let's get right to it.
Alrighty, so again, I've been doing research, and you had a tag team in your early wrestling days called Alpha PSI. Is that correct?
Yes, Alpha Psi.
Alrighty, so Alpha Psi. I always say PSI. It's like it's like that one singer. It's PSY, but they call him Psi.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this question: why did you call your former tag team Alpha Psi?
So when I first started, I was involved in Alpha Psi, and we were a fraternity. And I was the pretty boy, still am now, but back then, I was an early, version of the pretty boy, and my partner was the frat cat, Donnie Dixon, and we called ourselves Alpha Psi because we were a fraternity. And Alpha is, the best. We're above everything. We're like the top of the top. And that's why we called ourselves Alpha Psi. We thought it was a fitting name.
No, it is a really fitting name. You've won tag team gold with Alpha Psi.
Yeah.
So, well, here's another question regarding Alpha Psi. Will we ever see an Alpha Psi reunion?
Never say never. Never say never. At one point, Coach Mamone was involved in Alpha Psi, and Coachy and I ended up. Sorry, let me put Benny down really quick. Bye, buddy. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye to Benny.
Benny.
Yeah, Benny's looking back. He's like, I should be the star of the show. Anywho, Yeah, so Coach and I, we did our own version of Alpha Psi, and I would say, long story long with that one. Never say never. Never say never. My tag team partner, my ex tag team partner, he stepped away from wrestling for a little bit, but you never know. You never know. It
It's
would
like
be
the Undertaker. He said never say never at the Hall of Fame induction, so it's like you never know when you will see Alpha Psi reunion.
yeah, yeah. I was really thrown into the deep end with that tag team. I was put in positions where it was either you sink or swim. I had a lot of
Yes.
really, really awesome matches. My debut match, I wrestled Private Party for the tag
Yes.
team championships. And then after that, there was just a list of really, really talented tag teams in the New York sort of area that we ended up getting to go one on or not one on one with, but that we ended up getting to square off against, and it really taught me a lot, and it was a really really cool experience for sure. So all good things with Alpha Psi.
Definitely, and it seems like very early on in your career, you were a tag team wrestler. Besides Alpha Psi, you teamed up with Bryce Donovan in your early days of Victory Pro Wrestling, and you won VPW Tag Team Gold there. So uh, it's tremendous of how you are so good as a singles competitor, but also a tag team competitor. You're basically an all around wrestler when it comes to professional wrestling.
Oh well, thank you. That means a lot. I When I first started, I really was just a tag team wrestler. As you said, teamed with Bryce Donovan. We won tag team gold. I teamed with Coach Mamone. I've teamed with Aaron Rourke. I've teamed with Steve Azure. I've teamed with Steve Somerset. So I've teamed with Dante Drago, who you might know.
Yes,
Uh,
I do know Dante.
I have had a long list of tag team partners, and that's why I've said this before in interviews, but that's why this championship, this singles championship, means so much to me, because for so long I was labeled as just the tag team wrestler, and
Yeah,
I won tag team gold everywhere really, and then it finally came to the point where it was like, no, like I know I'm good enough to be by myself, and
basic.
that's why this meant so much to me.
Yeah, basically once you turned on Bryce Donovan, it wasn't just a turn on the team. It was basically a turn for your career as
Oh, absolutely.
you stepped away from tag team and focused on your singles career. And look at you now. You are the Victory Pro Wrestling champion.
Absolutely. You know what? It was nothing really to do with Bryce. It was
Yeah.
more to do with the fact that I know how good I can be by myself. And
Yes.
we lost the tag gold and we just weren't going anywhere. So I took it upon myself to make the singles push.
Yeah, and you aligned yourself with the Even Stevens, and look you guys now, probably the most successful faction in Victory Pro Wrestling history.
My absolute best friends in the entire world, the Even Stevens. Guys have my back.
All right, so now we're going to get to our second question here. So you've had a bunch of feuds in Victory Pro Wrestling, but also not just Victory Pro Wrestling, in Creative Pro Wrestling and other companies. So I got to ask you, what was your favorite feud?
Oh, that's a great question. I think recent sort of memory, Benny wants to chime in on that one. Uh, Recent memory would say against Coach Mamone. I'll repeat that against Coach Mamone. He has had such a major part of my wrestling career, and more than just my wrestling career, my life. We've been brothers, we've been enemies. So I would say my favorite rivalry was against Coach Mamone.
Yeah, you have a lot of story when it comes to you and Coach Ramon. A lot of past experiences with him when it comes to tag team wrestling, but also just wrestling each other.
Right.
So, so Coach Ramon versus Johnny Collins. That's what you think your favorite feud is. It was a great feud, and it probably goes down as one of the best feuds in VPW history.
Oh, well, that I appreciate very much because there's been a lot of really, really good feuds. But yeah, that one has a special place in my heart. it had to end the way it had to end. It was either him or me, and
Unfortunately,
it wasn't going to be me. But
it
yeah,
it was back and forth between you two. If when it came to the July show, when Victory Pro Wrestling returned, you calling out basically Coach Ramon's father,
I did.
and that was I would say a key turning point of, oh my god, this guy is a main eventer. This
Oh,
guy
well,
has the
thank
promo. This guy has, it's almost like seeing the Miz 2.0. The Victory Pro Wrestling's version of the Miz.
I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate the compliment. It was, for me, I just remember thinking, he's not taking me seriously. He's not listening to me. He knows, or he thinks he knows the kind of person that I am. And I don't think he expected me to take it to that next level.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, it had to get to that next level because I know for a fact that Victory Pro Wrestling will hold me down every chance that they get. They do not want to see me in the main event picture. So
We will get to that later on. I'll say that. We will
good.
definitely get to that later on.
Good. So I'll just touch on it briefly then. So I felt that I had to go over Victory Pro Wrestling's head, over Victory Pro Wrestling management, and do something that was so disgusting that it gave Coach no choice but to listen to me. And ultimately, that's what happened.
Yeah, definitely. And you put yourself in that main event picture, and you fought your way through many
Right.
obstacles. The
There
Gold
was
Rush Rumble.
there was no
Uh,
seat at the table for Johnny Collins. Johnny Collins brought his own seat. That's what
yes,
happened.
definitely, 100%. You brought your own seat, and look at you now, Victory Pro Wrestling champion.
Ah,
The gold.
the gold. Yes.
Alrighty. So here is your third question. You've been talking a lot about a superstar in general that is not part of the Victory Pro Wrestling roster, but is a uh, WWE superstar.
Hang on. Is it?
It is. It is Batista.
Dave Batista? Yes.
You've been wanting Batista ever since that Papa Dank interview.
I want Dave Batista. I want Dave Batista.
It's a dream match in the making.
Yes,
But
it happened. It happened on what? On WWE 2K.
yes, it did happen on WWE 2K, and the son of a what beat
It didn't
you,
end well for
and
me. It
then
didn't end well for me.
basically went off on you at the end and kicked the living shit out of you. I'll say that. But hopefully a rematch in the future, but this time in real life, and hopefully you will beat him to get revenge.
No doubt, no doubt. I'll be
No
ready.
doubt about it.
He'll have no chance. No chance.
No, you gotta do your Mr. McMahon. No chance in hell.
He's got no chance.
All right, so this question has to do with Batista. If you had a tag team match against Batista, or a 2-on-1 handicap match, who would you pick as your partner?
Can I pick two partners?
If you want to pick one of them and the other one could be at ringside.
Yeah, even Stevens, baby.
Even Stevens. I had a feeling.
My buddies. Either that or Phil Cardigan.
Phil Cardigan.
Yeah, you know what? Let's say Phil Cardigan, and let's have the even Stevens ringside. So here's my strategy for that match.
Let's see your strategy.
Hear me out, right?
Yes.
Dave Batista is going to be so confused when he sees Phil Cardigan doing this thing, and drinking the coffee and stretching and all that. We're going to win automatically. He's going to be so thrown off. Any game plan that he has is just going to go right out the window.
Phil Cardigan's basically the distraction while you sneak from behind and get Batista.
And you know what? I'm going to Batista bomb Batista.
You're going to Batista bomb Batista.
I'm putting it out there. I'm big on manifesting. I'm putting it out there. We're gonna manifest it.
It seems like I mean tomorrow you versus Jack. Jack wants Logan and Jake Paul. You want Batista. It seems like you two definitely want to wrestle big stars.
Right. As we should, right? As we should.
Definitely. All right, so fourth question here has to do with Pretty Likeable, your faction in Victory
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling of you and the Even Stevens. Now, you have a hand gesture.
Yes.
That you basically put your hand out and you point to it. How did that come to be? How did you come up with that?
Oh, it's simple because we literally have everyone right here. Like we say it all the time, right here, right here. But it's true.
Yes.
When you're watching our matches, you're entertained, right? You want to know what's
Yes.
going to happen next. When you're listening to us talk, you want to know what's going to happen next. You want to know what's going to come out of our mouths. Where do we have you?
Definitely.
We have you right here. You're hanging on our every word. And at first, it was a joke between us. Like after our matches, like when we would wrestle together, we're like, bro, we had them right here. We had them right here. And
Yeah.
it was a joke with like the boys and stuff in the back. And it kind of turned into like, why don't we just like do that? Like that's like nobody does that. Like the Hardys have like their thing. John Cena has that. Like
Yes.
DX has the X. Like Batista does the thumbs down.
Yes.
Baker has his thing, right? So Randy Orton has his whatever. I'm
Yes.
just thinking of stuff off the top of my head. But everybody has like their thing, and we
Yes.
wanted that to be our thing. And I definitely think it's sort of become our thing. People really seem to like it.
No, definitely. Every time you walk out of the back, you see everybody chanting your name and pointing to their palm. I'm sorry, have their finger
Right.
and pointing to their palm. You took in the Victory Pro Wrestling crowd by storm with that, and I think you truly do have everybody in the palm of your hand.
Well, thank you. My favorite thing now is that when we come out, the boos pretty quickly started switching over to cheers, and now everybody puts their hand out.
Yes.
And when Steve and I walk by, we just whoop, 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 everybody. And it's fun. It's fun.
Yes, Steven Azure one time tried to high five him and he was like no, and then he wanted me to have my palm out and he's like boom.
Did you learn your lesson, or are you gonna?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And now every time, I think one time he actually went for a high five, and I did that, and I was like, "What are we doing?"
Bit of an are we gonna?
Yeah, it was basically the fist pan high five scenario.
Right.
No, it was funny as anything. I was like, "What are we doing?"
That's funny. That is funny.
All right, so I'm sure you get this question asked a lot, but I do gotta ask. You are the Victory Pro Wrestling Champion. How did it feel when you won the Victory Pro Wrestling Championship? Like once the bell rang after the referee counted 3, how did you feel?
It was emotional. I have been told a lot throughout my career that I'm not good enough, that I am good, but I'm just a good hand. I've been told that I'm a good promo guy, but that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm just too small, and I don't have the build to be a main event guy. So when I had this in my hands for the first time, it was sort of like you did it. You did it. You bet on yourself and you did it. And to me, that means more than anything else. It means more to me than proving people wrong. It was about proving myself right, because when I say that I've had people that are negative towards me, I've also had a lot of people that were in my corner. All my friends, all my family, the entire VPW crowd was right behind me. And for me, it was a moment of you did it. You did it, you did it, you did it. And you were right. You were right. You could do this. So it was a really, really important moment for me. And the crowd being the way they were made it just that much more special. And the first person I saw when I looked into the crowd was my mom. And that was extremely, extremely meaningful for me because she's another one. She got me into wrestling and she's watched me get my ass kicked around the ring and she's watched me lose and she's watched me, win tag team gold and yada, yada, yada. Like, but this was different because it was me, it was just me. Like, sure, I had Steve's out there with me and that was great, but this was more like you did it. You did it, so it was extremely, extremely meaningful. And that's a moment that I'll never forget for sure.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when Coach Mamone won his Victory Pro Wrestling Championship, everybody was on his side. Everybody was chanting his name. And then same with you. Once you beat Coach Mamone for his title, everybody turned on him. Basically, everybody was chanting for you, and with the help of the crowd and everybody chanting your name, I think that basically helped you win because the motivation was there. Everybody wanted to see you win. You knew you had to win for the Cult of Collins.
Definitely, definitely. It's different when you have an entire crowd, like, that the hopes and dreams of the crowd, like it's in your hand, no pun intended.
Yes.
I was not willing to let down all of those people.
Oh, definitely.
I was not going to do it. I was screwed out of the belt the month before, and this was my moment. And I didn't care what I had to do. And that's another thing. I've been very transparent that now that I have this, I will do whatever it takes to keep it. And that's why I've been the champion that I've been, because I will go to lengths that nobody else will go to. And I will literally tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. And I think that's why people have sort of taken to this version of Johnny Collins, because I'm a different animal, bro. I am literally in beast mode 24/7.
You're basically as like Roman Reigns. You're in God mode.
Yeah, I guess,
And
you could say that. Sure.
it's almost like you're Roman Reigns and the Ian Stevens are the Usos.
Yeah, I
It's
like that comparison. Very flattering. Very flattering.
you're basically on top of the Victory Pro Wrestling roster, and basically everybody enjoys watching your matches, and everybody is chanting your name. So I think once you realize that everybody's chanting your name and you're on top, you made it.
You know,
You
you
definitely made it. As a
you get you get a level of confidence because you know that no matter what happens out there, the crowd's with you, and that's extremely important. And I've been known for taking an ass kicking and coming back. So that's why I have this confidence, because life has definitely beat me down. And I've been dealt some pretty bad cards, but I never let that define me. And that's why I am the way that I am, and I'm so confident because I've been through the worst. So what is somebody like Jack Tomlinson going to do to me tomorrow? What was somebody like Coach Mamone going to do to me? What was somebody like Kevin Tibbs going to do to me? Put me through a door? Okay, cool, man. Yeah, it hurt, didn't feel good, but I survived. That's what I do.
Oh, definitely. You've survived and you've kept hold of your Victory Pro Wrestling Championship. So, and tomorrow it might be the same again. You've got to find out
Oh,
tomorrow at Under Pressure.
that's a spoiler alert. I'll still have this.
It's not a prediction; it's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
Again, Paul Heyman. See the references to Roman Reigns, the
You're
Bloodline.
uncanny. Yeah, I'm not even doing this on purpose. I just talk. I just talk.
All right, so we're gonna get into We're gonna stop with the questions for a moment, and I'm going to. This is something I wanted to do. I'm going to be showing you pictures of superstars, and I want you to give your thoughts about them.
Okay.
Alrighty?
All right.
So I'm going to switch.
Are we talking about like one word, like first thing that comes to mind, or like you want me to?
Uh, whatever you want. If you want to say one word, that's
Okay.
as much as you want.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty. First
I'm very ready.
Superstars.
Oh, my buddies, my pals, my amigos, my best friends, the best friends that you could have in the entire world. These guys are loyal. They're very, very loyal. Even Stevens. Love you guys.
All right. Second one.
He doesn't like my tans very much.
He doesn't?
No. I don't know why. I actually offered to give him a spray tan bottle. He didn't want it.
He doesn't seem like a spray tan kind of guy.
No, he's not. He's not.
But speaking of VSK, you eliminated him in the Gold Rush Rumble to win the Gold Rush Rumble.
That I did, yeah. Good times. Maybe not for him, but for me it was fantastic.
Maybe you should enter yourself in the Gold Rush Rumble this year and win it again. And
with the championship?
Yeah, with the championship.
Yeah. I have been saying to anybody who will listen, I want Desmond Cole. I have this. I want Desmond Cole. Give me all the belts. I want the New York State title. Can you imagine this face representing New York State? Oh, lucky. New York State would be very lucky.
Well, if you do go after the New York State title and you do win the New York State title, you will be a Grand Slam champion of Victory Pro Wrestling.
This is true. Yes, this is true. This is true.
Not many people can say they are a Grand Slam champion of Victory Pro Wrestling.
So after that, I would have to win the King of New York, and there's literally nothing else for me to do. I've literally won everything.
Yeah, you're unstoppable. You would basically at that point you would be unstoppable. No,
winning. It's all I do.
It's all about the W's. All right.
Oh, look at that smiling face. My one word for him is going to be facial hair.
The mustache.
The mustache, which, funny enough, I somehow grew one on my face. The match after I retire him, I somehow grow a mustache magically. And I sort of figured that I would use some of his moves. I was doing the cardio. I was doing everything. I don't know. Like, I beat them, and I take their intellectual property.
You had the whistle too. You can't forget about the whistle when it comes to Coach Mamone.
Oh, by the way, I had a horrible whistle. I had the worst whistle. It was some pink whistle that I got at where did I get that? I think I either got it at Party City or I stole it from him. But it was a terrible whistle.
It was like one of those whistles that you could put around your wrist, I think.
That's exactly what
it was. It wasn't a whistle that you could put around your neck.
No.
All right, next one.
My word for him is facial hair. Oh, Phil, you know what my word for him is?
What?
Foreign object. He'll know what that means. You don't get that, but he'll know what that means.
I'm just wondering, a foreign object.
And it's a long story. You could ask him about it tomorrow.
I'm sure it's a long story.
Go up to him tomorrow and just say, Phil, foreign object, and see what he says.
You'll probably be like, how do you know that?
He'll be like, what?
Yeah, that'll basically be him.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and one more superstar before we get to the questions.
Okay, can I open my eyes?
You can.
That's my word.
That's your word.
I respect the hustle, right? We both have YouTube channels. I respect the grind, He's on the YouTube grind. He's on the acting grind as well. But he's not going to beat me tomorrow.
No,
sorry. For anybody who wants him to win, sorry.
You say the Jack Pack's going to be let down tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a common thread with Jack and his Jack Pack. He says these things, and he doesn't follow through on any of it. He said that he was going to win the VPW title. He didn't do it. He said he was going to beat me last month. He didn't do it. He's lying. He's straight up lying to his fans. So if his fans want to cheer for a liar and someone who is misleading them, by all means, go ahead. That's fine. No skin off my back. But when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I think that's why people gravitate towards me. Because I don't talk just to talk. I talk, but I back it up. I have backed up everything that I've said for the last, I don't know, year that we've been back.
Yes.
So, I mean, you could bet against Johnny Collins. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. But, I mean, I wouldn't.
You everything you say, everything that comes out of your mouth, you do it. You said you were going to win the Gold Rush Rumble. You did it. You said you were going to win the Victory Pro Wrestling Championship. You did it. You said you were going to retire Coach Ramon. You did it. It basically, and then with Jack on the other hand, he says he's going to win Victory Pro Wrestling Gold, and I don't see gold anywhere around his waist.
I mean, his gear is gold, or it's yellow.
It's more like yellow, yellowish. But no, but tomorrow you are facing Jack Thompson, and you say you're going to defeat him. Can you back up your words again? Notice how I say again.
I am 100% going to walk out with this. 100%. I will be walking out with my championship. 100%.
All right, we're going to get back to the questions now.
Yeah, questions!
Questions! Alrighty, first question. That's a inside joke.
Ha! Wait, I got it!
Yeah!
Oh, that was funny.
Alright, so there's a lot of wrestlers in Victory Pro Wrestling that you have not faced. Can you name any superstar that you would like to wrestle at VPW? Not necessarily for the VPW championship, but if you want to, that's up to you. But is there any wrestler that you have not wrestled that you would love to wrestle at VPW?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm so used to having a target on my back that I'm like slapping people away from me.
It's like a fly.
Yeah. It's like a fly, exactly. Everybody's like a little gnat.
Yeah.
I would say Phil Cardigan. I wrestled him, but he was that was before he had his amnesia. He was he was grammar cop then. So Phil Cardigan, I've never wrestled this version of him. I would love to wrestle Brother Greatness.
Brother Greatness has been rising in Victory Pro Wrestling.
Brother Greatness and I go way back.
He's definitely one of those superstars that just keeps going and going and going and improving and improving.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. I'd also love to wrestle Dez. I've said it a million times. He has something that I want. I like gold. He has gold. Let's make it happen.
Oh, definitely.
Him and I also go way back. I feel like all these I have history with so many different guys in VPW that I think it would write itself. I'd love to wrestle Kai Katana. What's his new name?
Filipino
Grigio. That's it.
That's I think.
Love to wrestle him. So that's my list. I would say Phil Cardigan, Brother Greatness, Dez, and Filipino.
That is a great list.
Dez before. I know that you asked what somebody that I've never wrestled at BPW.
Yeah.
That I want to. I haven't wrestled this version of Dez.
Yeah. No, definitely. This version of Dez is nothing like nothing like we've seen before.
Right.
This Dez is championship Dez.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's worth my time, for sure.
Yes. No, this isn't the notorious Desmond Cole. This is the big Boofa. Desmond Cole. Boofa. That's like it reminds me of the Usos chant. It's but no, he's definitely been improving. I think
I don't think
that's it.
Uso can do a handstand like Desmond Cole can.
Oh, Desmond Cole can surprises me of how of his moves.
I'm gonna
In
have
his
to watch
entrance.
out for that. I'm gonna think he's doing like some breakdancing move, and I'm gonna get kicked in the head.
No, his move definitely can kick you in the head. That could be like a sweet chin music on its own.
Yeah, not looking forward to that. We'll avoid it. We'll avoid that.
All right, so you you watch WWE
Yes,
and you've watched WrestleManias,
yes.
right? What would you say was your favorite WrestleMania and why?
That's tough. So, you know what? Okay, here it is. WrestleMania 22. It was my second WrestleMania that I ever saw. The first one I saw was WrestleMania 21. And the reason why I don't say WrestleMania 21 was my favorite, because I didn't get to watch it in its entirety. I was very new to wrestling, and I didn't know about like the start times of the pay-per-views. Like I
Yeah.
was like 6 years old. I had no idea. And my mom was like learning about it too with me, right? So I didn't get to watch all of WrestleMania 21. I turned it on when Edge was grabbing the Money in the Bank, so I didn't get to see any of the ladder match. So I like to like not count that because I didn't get to rewatch it until like years later when like I got like the DVD. I don't know. I think you're a lot younger than me, but the DVD they used to have like this like package that it would come with where you get like a T-shirt, an action figure, and it would be like 3 DVDs: part one, part two, and then there was like special sort of like added bonus scenes, right? So that was when I got that cassette like discs set up was when I got to watch all of WrestleMania 21. The first WrestleMania that I watched in its entirety was WrestleMania 22. And I remember watching Edge and Mick Foley. Edge goes through the flaming table with Mick Foley.
Yes.
And I guess I was like 7 at that point. A 7-year-old, I was like, and even now, I'm 23 and I watch it and I'm like, I mean, that's amazing. So how do you not watch that and just be like instantly hooked? That will be my favorite WrestleMania just because of the nostalgic sort of feel to it. I loved WrestleMania 21, but like I said, I didn't get to watch the full thing in its entirety, so I don't count it. WrestleMania 22 was the first one that I saw from start to finish, and I loved it. I loved it. What's your favorite WrestleMania, Ryan?
My favorite WrestleMania. I didn't start watching WrestleManias fully until WrestleMania 30. I started watching wrestling in June of 2013.
Okay.
And what?
How old were you when you first started watching?
17 now. Probably 8.
Oh.
Around there.
17 now to be 17 again. Oh boy.
Ugh. I'm turning 18 in less than a month, so I'm probably gonna be saying.
Oh, big happy birthdays for you.
Thank you.
Is it your birthday?
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
But so I'm gonna say 2. If I'm going to say my favorite WrestleMania, just seeing how it was and everything, I would say WrestleMania 17. Just because the TLC ladder match, Stone Cold versus Rock,
right?
Vince versus Shane. There was a lot of great matches on that card. But if I gotta say a WrestleMania that I've watched, I would say either WrestleMania 38. WrestleMania 38 was awesome. 2 nights of really good matches and moments. WrestleMania 31 was also a great one. I did enjoy watching that. Unfortunately, I did not get to see Seth Rollins cash in. That's the only thing if I saw Seth Rollins cash in live, I probably would say. But I remember the next day I came home from school and my dad's like, "Did you see Seth Rollins cash in?" I'm like, "Oh, Seth Rollins cashed in?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Great, I missed it." But WrestleMania 38 I watched entirely, and I say WrestleMania 38 is my favorite WrestleMania that I've watched.
So there we go. We got WrestleMania 22 and WrestleMania 38. Pretty good WrestleManias.
It was really good WrestleManias. Yeah, but I would love to. I see the clips of Seth Rollins cashing, and I'm like, I still want to watch it like right there. I still
Yeah,
get a little pissed off to this
it was
day.
it was something. It was
It,
something.
it was nothing like anybody's
Wrestling
seen
is great.
before.
Wrestling is great.
Oh,
It's
it's
there's,
so
there's
many moments.
yeah, there's so many different components to it. You know, it's funny. I was trying to explain it to someone this weekend at the wedding, and they knew I was a wrestler. And they were like, "Can you explain it to me? I just don't get it." And I'm like, "Well, it's like a soap opera, but it's like more physical. So it's like a physical soap opera, and there's like a little bit of everything." And as I'm explaining it, this lady's looking at me like, "What?" I I don't know if she understood what I was saying, but to me, it made perfect sense. So that's the way I explain it to people when people don't get it. You know,
Yeah, it's no pro wrestling is just so fun to watch.
there's a
It's
little
so
bit of everything. There's a little bit of everything.
definitely. All right, so we were just talking about Jack Tomlinson, your opponent for tomorrow at Under
Ah,
Pressure. I
yeah,
know, but I do gotta ask you, what is your opinion on the Jack Pack?
I'm sure they're filled with a bunch of great folk, uh, great people. You know, I don't know if they don't support me. I don't really care. You know, like you can love me, awesome. If you love me, great. You know, I'm fighting for you. But if you don't love me, then I'm not gonna waste time. You know, I don't have time to focus on people that are booing me or yada yada. Like I don't care. I don't care. I win. I win matches. So I'm sure the Jack Pack are filled with a bunch of great individuals. But if you're not cheering for Johnny Collins, I don't care.
No, definitely. You gotta focus on the
That's fair,
lovers.
right? That's
Yes,
fair.
that's totally fair. You gotta
I don't
focus on the people
I
that
don't like
support you.
to yeah, I don't like to harp on the negatives. So if you're booing me, if you're being negative toward me, okay, that's cool. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just,
Oh, definitely,
you know, it is what it is. I don't waste my time on negatives.
definitely. Don't never waste your time on the negatives. Always focus your time on the positives.
Absolutely.
That's a great life lesson.
Yeah. Hey, look at us. We're like lessons on dusting off the ropes.
We're influencers now.
Yes, yes. I'm trying to be, man. I'm trying, but you know, influencer's gonna influence. You know.
Oh, influencers do influence. It's such a world out there of influencers.
It's a world. It's a world. Yeah, yes, that's a good way to put it.
All right, so you do have a YouTube channel.
I do.
You do. I believe I put that in the description. So if anybody wants to see Johnny Collins'
Oh,
YouTube
thank you.
channel,
Just dropped a video this morning about my trip to Cabo San Lucas for my cousin's wedding, and I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow morning before the show at 11 o'clock. I have a lot to say about Jackie Jack, so check that out if you want to hear me talk.
oh, definitely. Everybody's got to stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
Jack just posted a video
yeah, it
of
was cute.
So I gotta ask you with your YouTube channel and everything, what was your favorite video to film on your YouTube channel?
Oh, you know what? That is such a good question. Nobody's asked me that. I'm so happy you did because I just over the last year I have like refound a love for YouTube and content creation. For those of you that don't know, I have been making videos forever. Like since I was maybe like 10 years old, I had one of those like little flip cameras
Oh my god, the flip cameras.
I actually think it was called the Flip.
Yes, it was called Flip. It was now we got the iPhone.
Exactly. Now you don't even need it. But yeah, so I started making videos then. And wait, I'm sorry. What was the question? What was my favorite video?
Yes, what was your favorite video to
Okay.
film?
Right. Okay. I'll get there. I just have a bit of a segue
Yes.
to do it.
No, go right ahead.
So yeah, so I have been making videos forever. I used to make, like, my friends and I, it's so embarrassing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We we used to make like jackass videos.
Oh.
Yeah, and we used to call it dumbass. So, like, me and a bunch of my friends, like, we thought we were the coolest. Like, all the other kids in high school, middle school, be like, "Yo, we saw your video," and like, meanwhile, they're probably making fun of us. We were just doing some dumb stuff. But we started with that. Then I got into skateboarding, and I made skateboarding videos for a while. I was such a bad skateboarder, by the way, the worst.
I can never skateboard.
I was so bad. I had a blast doing it though. I was the kid that some of my friends, like one of my friend, like he could have went pro if he wanted to. At one point, he had some deals with like local skate shops and whatnot. He was so sick. But anyway, point is, I don't think that they wanted to tell me like, "Yo, Colin, you suck. Maybe sit this one out." So they'd be like, "Hey, would you like film us?" So like I'd be on the skateboard, I'd be filming, I'd do whatever. So I'd do that. And then I mean, throughout this entire time, I'm making wrestling videos. I was doing backyard wrestling with my friends, but we always did like other things on top of it. And we had like so many different YouTube channels. Anyway, point I'm making is I've always been making videos, and I've always loved YouTube as a platform. I just think it's the greatest thing. I think it's such an awesome place to build a community. If you want to build a community, it's just great. So I can't say enough good things about the internet on YouTube. If you utilize it the right way.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Anywho, fast forward now to me starting a professional wrestling career. I still wanted to make videos, and I was like vlogging for a while. I was like, I don't know, like 17 maybe, your age. And I was vlogging. My experience as a wrestler, like learning to wrestle. I had a couple matches under my belt at that point. And then I make this switch to over-the-top millionaire, billionaire Johnny Collins, who lives in a mansion and all this other stuff.
Yes.
That was an awesome part of my career because I got to experiment in something new, a new character, whatever. But I also lost the video making that I was doing. So because I was portraying this extremely rich, over-the-top, pompous douchebag, excuse my French,
no,
I didn't feel that I could film in my house that I currently live in. I didn't feel that I could show the car that I drive, right? So it was all over the top, like Teslas and all this crazy stuff, like these mansions, and I would have to like drive to a location and pretend that these things were my house and my car and yada, yada, yada. So if I want to make a vlog, let's say, it kind of takes away the allure of Johnny Collins that I'm working so hard to, make you think that I'm this rich prick. Then the pandemic happens, and I am making videos, and I'm running out of ideas. I was doing a video every single day about fashion, about facial stuff, like face masks and whatnot.
Yes.
I was doing it as Johnny Collins. And one day I just got to the point where I was like, I was about to, not that I was about to graduate. Yeah, I was about to graduate college. I was a senior. And my friends wanted to like start up a vlog again. And I was seeing how much fun they were having doing it. And I was like, man, I'm really missing out. Like, there's so many fun memories that can be made when you're vlogging and making videos and just like hanging out with your friends and like being vulnerable and like showing that there's another side to you. In my case, there was another side to me than just wrestling. And that was when I decided to say, screw it. I decided to just do vlogs and monologues because I'm, getting into acting. I've been acting. I've been doing projects here and there. And like that was when I sort of decided, okay, we're going full throttle on YouTube as me, as Colin. You know, I'll post wrestling promos here and there because I still love pro wrestling, but
Yes.
I wanted to focus more on my fans getting to know me, the person, because I think that I have a lot to offer people, and I want to be able to offer that. So that was a long story long, and the reason why I told it was because every video that I make now is my favorite video. And it's because I have so much fun and I put so much time and effort into these videos, and I love it. I love doing it. So I feel like another video made is just more memories that I have up here and that I can relive. And hopefully, you know, the people that watch enjoy it as much as I do. But I'll say right now, I think the way it goes normally for me is the video that I just posted. So like, let's say I post a vlog next week. That'll
Yeah.
probably be my favorite video. Every video that I just post and every video that I just recently released is my favorite video. So right now, my favorite video is the one from Cabo because I just had the best time and it was filled with, you know, awesome moments with my family and new friends. And it was just great. It was great. So I'll say that's my favorite video right now, the Cabo vlog that I just released. But who knows? Next week, that'll probably change. I'm sorry. That was a very, very long.
No, that was a very great story. You basically you transitioned for your YouTube channel. You went from just Johnny Collins, um,
Correct.
to then making content that was both Johnny and Colin,
Yes, correct.
and then basically then you transitioned to just Colin,
Yes.
but also doing still Johnny Collins promos, but mostly doing Colin vlogs and videos. So
Yeah.
it was basically an evolution of your channel right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know. I think that who knows? In 2 years from now, I might be like, oh, I just want to go back to wrestling stuff. But now that I've sort of like gotten the bug and sort of shown the world this other side of me, I love it. I think it's great because you never know how you're going to impact somebody. You never know. Um,
Definitely.
and that's been my main goal with doing these videos is, you know, I want to be able to show another side of me. But more importantly than that, I want to be able to provide substance to the person that's watching my video. Whether it's, you know, I'm putting a smile on your face, you forget about something that you're going through for 5 minutes. If I can do that, for me, it's a win. 100% for me, it's a win. Even if you click off the video after 30 seconds, if you smiled within those 30 seconds or, you know, you felt a certain way and I provided some type of, you know, positive emotion or whatever, that's what I'm looking for with YouTube. That's been my motivation.
No, definitely there is videos on your channel that motivate me, especially when you posted that the Gold Rush Rumble promo. Just having that motivation of never giving up, not letting anybody bring you down. It reminds me just not to give up on my dream,
Oh,
not
well, you know
to
what? That
not
means
to
a lot.
not to have anybody negative, basically change my dream.
You know
Basically,
what?
people like you, people like all my friends, all the people I know that support me. They help me with my dream. So I do want to say thank you for that.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing. You know, I am such an advocate for surrounding yourself with positive energy and just going for it. Like, you know, everybody there's always going to be people that are negative. You're just always going to find that in life. And when you are able to listen to that negativity and not get upset, not feel down, it's very difficult to do. But if you can do that and somehow manage to take that negative energy, right? Bottle it up however you're going to, and put it back out in the world and use it as motivation and use it as a way to get you to that next level. You are on next level stuff. And it's very hard because as I'm sure you can imagine, right? When you tell people that you're going to be a wrestler, when you tell people that you want to get into acting, when you tell people that, hey, I'm going to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Everyone's first reaction is, yeah, okay, that's cute. That's a cute dream from the kid who lives in New York, right?
Yeah.
But it's super important to not let that phase you and use that as a positive motivator. People like to mock what they don't understand. Remember that. So if you're different, that's okay. It's okay. It's totally okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going on a rant.
No, it's fine. No, it's motivating, and no, motivation is key. I think everybody deserves motivation in their life.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That and to sort of tie it together, that's why I make the videos that I make, because I just want to provide some type of positive substance, because there is so much negativity out on the internet, and you can easily get stuck in just the absolute dog shit, excuse my language,
No, it's fine.
on the internet. And when you find something that provides a positive whatever, whether you're learning something, you're laughing, you're smiling, you're whatever, you're just interested and engaged in the content, I think that that's good stuff. And that's the stuff that I'm hopeful to be able to provide to anybody who watches my content. So, yes.
Well, you've been doing a very great job with all your videos, so keep up the great work, Johnny.
Thank you. Hey, on the road to 1K, baby.
1K.
I think I'm on. Hang on, I hit my light. I was so excited. I'm gonna give you the live update of what I'm at right now after uploading the Cabo vlog. We are at 876. 876. Let's get me to 1,000, baby.
That's 124 away?
Yeah.
That's 124 subscribers away.
Also subscribe to Ryandust because he's the man.
Thank you, Johnny.
You got it.
All right, so we have one more question, and we're gonna get to fan questions.
First question.
Oh my god, it's still funny to me.
It's hilarious. You got to tell that story now.
Oh my god, first question. So basically we were filming for Papa Dank, and we were filming the podcast for Pretty Likeable, Brandon Danker and Papa Dank kept saying first question almost every question you would ask.
We were like 20 minutes deep. Anyway, first question.
No, because I think he started off with fan questions, and then he went to just the regular questions, and he was like, first question.
Yes. And as you know, and as you can see by the length of this video, I am a talker. And when I have the Steves with me, the three of us are talkers. So, that was, I think that we might have the longest interview on Papa Dank's channel.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. Sorry for interrupting. I don't think that is. I think, if I'm correct, Phil Cardigan has the longest interview.
Well, that's fair.
Because I remember his interview went on for like 30-something minutes.
That's fair.
Because everybody kept interrupting. Everybody kept joining in. I'm telling you, it was funny. But I still think to this day, I still rewatch the interview sometimes. I still think that's the best interview on Papa Dank's channel. It was so funny. I remember I was in the background and everything, just making sure the camera was okay, and I couldn't stop laughing. Like, I had to walk away because I was laughing so much. I thought I was gonna break out laughing and it was gonna get on the camera. So I had to walk away. I had to walk away to almost the other side of the arena. That's how funny it was. And then also when Phil went through the sliding through the table, man,
that was during my interview though. With that was Pretty Likeable's interview.
Yes, that was, and I'm telling you, once Phil, that was like the icing on the cake. That was like that's when I was like, that's when I had to literally walk away, and I just start bursting out laughing.
A
I'm
lot of
telling you, that
insult
was
references here. I think you should definitely show that Phil clip in your video, because I mean, it's one thing to describe it, it's another thing to see it. Phil literally
yes.
like slid across the table like a water slide, like a
He
slip and
did.
slide.
He didn't even do it one time. He did it 2 times.
Yes, he did.
He did it the first time he did it in the interview, and then the promos and everything. He did it again.
Right.
He basically set everything up again and just did it. I'm like, man, Phil's one of the funniest guys on the roster. I'm sorry. He's
Yes.
so funny to
Always laughing. You know, I would have a hard time punching Phil in the face. I don't know if I want to wrestle Phil. I don't want to hurt Phil.
he has such a likable face.
Yeah, I said, maybe he could be an honorary member of Pretty Likeable.
You gotta get him like a. Well, he has a cardigan. I don't know if the Stevens would like that though, because he's a cardigan and they
Oh,
wear
you're right.
sweaters.
You know who else? You know who else could be an honorary member? Mike Anthony.
Mike Anthony.
Yeah, we could throw Mike Anthony in there.
Mike Anthony recently just defeated Eric James.
Yes,
Like
he did.
1 to 2 shows ago. So he's definitely got the winning on his side. So
We love
got the
Mike. Everybody's gonna be like Mike. Maybe a
he's
little
got
less crazy.
he's got the W's, and Pretty
Yeah.
Likeable's got the W's. So
Literally
heck,
all Pretty Likeable does is win. So I would be very happy to welcome Michael Anthony into our little squad tonight.
Mike Anthony can go for the New York State Championship, win that, and join Pretty Likeable, and then you guys will have all the gold.
I don't know about that. I mean, he could, but selfishly, I'd rather have the title.
I know. He could go after it, and you guys can have like a friendly face-off.
Maybe you could just give it to me.
Maybe
that would make things a hell of a lot easier.
but it would be like way easier. That'd be like saving a lot of time.
Yeah, no, it really would. I'm gonna ask Mike if he'll do that.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, no, I think he'll do it. I think he'll do it.
All right, so now we're gonna get to fan questions. I've asked on social media, Instagram and Twitter. I've asked people to send in their questions for Johnny Pretty Boy Collins, and we got 3 questions from Instagram, 2 from Twitter, and I believe we just also got one in the chat right now. So that's something.
Cool. Where am I looking for this chat? Can I see it or?
I believe it's on YouTube. I think I can put it on screen though. So let's answer this question first. Can you see this?
Will Johnny beat Jack?
There you go.
I already answered that.
Papa Dank asked that question.
Thank you for your participation.
Papa, so Johnny, you think you're gonna beat Jack tomorrow? That's.
Oh no, I don't think. That's a spoiler. I am gonna win.
It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. I wonder if we can clip how many times I've said that I'm gonna beat Jack. I am so confident in myself.
It's like almost like a drinking game. Take a shot every time we've mentioned something about Roman Reigns in the Bloodline and Paul Heyman.
I will 100% be walking out with this title tomorrow. 100%. You have my word. And as you know, Papa Dank, I'm a man of my word, right?
Yes, definitely. You've proven time and time again that you can back up your words.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the one Instagram question. Now,
yeah.
I'm going to have a fair warning here. There is a curse word in this, so profanity warned.
Okay. Wow, great start. Great start.
Yeah. Officially Wicked asked this question, and he asked, why is Johnny Collins a bitch?
Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I obviously wouldn't consider myself a bitch. I don't know why anybody would think that I'm a bitch. I haven't backed down from any challenge. I've beaten everyone that's been put in front of me. So I think that I'm going to follow up with a question. What is your definition of a bitch, Mr. Officially
Officially
Wicked?
wicked.
Because I'm a little confused. Um, I don't know. I can't answer that. I truthfully can't answer that.
Well, you'll probably see him tomorrow, so maybe you can
Oh
answer it there.
boy, I hope so. Let him ask me face to face. That'll go extremely well. I guarantee it.
Oh, that'll probably go. That'll probably go well. Probably get some talking going on there.
Oh, more
Maybe
than
some
talking.
maybe some curse words there.
More than talking. More than talking.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the Twitter questions. We have Ciara on Twitter.
Okay.
She asks, "Why does Victory Pro Wrestling have a vendetta against Johnny Collins? He beats one
Oh,
guy one month, then has to face the same guy the following month."
I mean, that's a loaded question, but I love it. You know, Victory Pro Wrestling has had it out for me since day one. And it all goes back to what I said in the very beginning. There was not a seat at the table for Johnny Collins. I brought my own seat. And I kicked everybody out that was at the table. And I brought my buddies to the table and said, hey, this is pretty likable show. And for whatever reason, Victory Pro Wrestling just can't wrap their brain around why the entire crowd, and yes, I mean the entire crowd, cheers for pretty likable. We're not supposed to be like the good guys that get cheered. And we make that very, very apparent, right? We will do whatever it takes to win. And that's why everybody likes us, because we're very open, we're very honest about what we're doing out there when we go out there. You know that when you watch Pretty Likable, you're going to be entertained. You don't know what the heck's going to happen, but you know you're going to be entertained. And I think that VPW has a vendetta against me because I was not supposed to be the guy. I wasn't supposed to be that guy that was going to retire Coach Mamone. They wanted Coach to have this bad boy forever because he's the golden boy. Coach is the golden boy. Coachy's the golden boy. People like Jack Tomlinson are the golden boy. I'm not that picture perfect golden boy that Victory Pro Wrestling saw holding on to their championship, literally having their championship and their company by the balls. So that's why. That's just my theory. Hey, what do I know, right? I'm just the guy that got screwed 4 months in a row. But if you notice, I didn't complain. I came back and I won. Because that's what I do. I hope that answers your question, Sierra. To answer the second part of that, I don't know why I have to wrestle Jack Tomlinson. I beat him twice. I pinned him twice. First time was at the homecoming show. I literally wrestled him in dress clothes. I had Gucci shoes on. And I beat him. And then I beat him again last month with a spear. So your guess is just as good as mine. Do I think he deserves it? No. No, I don't. There are many, many other people that deserve a championship match, that actually win matches.
All right, so now we got a question from.
Ryan, okay, that's enough. Cut it off. No.
we got a question from Victory Pro Wrestling themselves.
Okay.
And this also basically follows up Ciara's question, but basically reverses it. Why does Johnny Collins have a vendetta against rules?
Against rules?
Against rules.
Radio must have wrote that because it doesn't make sense.
Maybe.
I am... Okay. How am I going to put this delicately? Rules, right? Like, that's a very, like, open-ended question. What kind of rules are we talking about? I don't know.
He might mean the match rules?
I 100% take advantage of match rules. I'm not denying that. I 100% do. But I've made it so apparent and so obvious that I do. Every single time I go out to wrestle, everybody knows that I will do whatever it takes to win. Am I starting to sound like a broken record? BPW is making it sound like they found this like insane discovery. Johnny Collins breaks the rules. Yeah, no shit. I do. I do. And it's been working out pretty damn good for me, hasn't it? I've retired Coach Mamone. I've sent Kevin Tibbs off to wherever the hell Kevin Tibbs go. And I speared Jack Tomlinson out of this world. So, like, you know, we can talk about how, yeah, I take advantage of the rules and yada, yada, yada. They're acting like I deny that. I don't deny it. I know damn well that I take advantage of the rules. And I mean, wouldn't you? I don't get caught. It's only cheating if you get caught. And I haven't gotten caught yet. So I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job. But again, this all goes back to me not being the stereotypical guy that Victory Pro Wrestling wants at the head of their company. And that's why I take great pleasure in holding this, because I am sticking it right up John E. Radio's ass and everybody else that's in the management spot.
Calling out Radio, wow.
I just think that he wrote that question.
He probably did.
It's got Radio written all over it.
It does seem like it does. It does sound like it. So
Absolutely.
I think you might be right. All right, so that's it for the questions. Now,
thank you, everyone, besides VPW, for submitting your question. And officially, you know what? No. I want to thank officially Wicked. I respect your question. I disagree, but I respect
it. It's a question. It's a question.
Yeah, it's a question.
Little profanity, but hey, it's a question. It
wasn't a great question. You know, I've heard better. You've asked me better, but
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So that's gonna be it for the questions. Now, something on this podcast that I wanted to do, I've been thinking about trivia.
Oh, God.
There's going to be trivia. Now, since this is I'm going to be asking 5 questions. For later podcasts, I'm going to be doing if you get all 5 right, there will be something. But since this is the debut episode,
what? I get a prize, Ryan?
No, you do get a prize, but I'm lowering the limit. If you get 1 question correct, there will be a surprise.
One question? Oh, I got
this. Only 1 question. Because this is the debut episode. This is the first episode. 1 question limit. So you only need 1 question correct. All right, so questions are going to go from easiest to hardest.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. First question. What code can you use to get 15% off of Dog Fit merch?
That's amazing. Code CJO, baby.
Correct.
CJO, all caps. Ryan, that was very nice. I appreciate it.
Got to get the plug in somewhere.
I am a brand ambassador for a company called Doc Fitness, and that is my code CJO. If you want to check it out, it helps me out tremendously. Thank you, Ryan. Very nice.
No problem. 15% off. That is good. I recommend getting Dog Fit merch.
That was very nice. Thank you.
No problem. All right. So second question.
Now one of the questions that I'm just gonna get wrong. I'm gonna get all of them wrong.
You got 1 question correct, so there will be a surprise.
Oh, nice. So I could just get all of the rest.
You could basically get all of them wrong, and you still get the surprise.
Nice.
All right. Second question. You defeated Coach Ramon to become Victory Pro Wrestling Champion. Before you did that, Coach Ramon was Victory Pro Wrestling Champion for over a year. But who did he defeat to become Victory Pro Wrestling Champion?
Kevin Tibbs.
Correct. And do you remember what stipulation?
Bonus. Steel cage, right?
Yes, you are correct. That is 2 questions correct.
Let's go.
All right, number 3. I dressed as Johnny Collins for Halloween last year. What event did I wear that gear that inspired my costume? So basically, you remember my costume? What event inspired that costume?
Oh, like when did I wear that?
When did you wear that costume that inspired my costume?
Gold Rush Rumble.
Correct. Gold Rush Rumble, pink and white. I think it was like camo pants, kind of like
Yeah.
that. It was
So
basically like a.
fun fact. That set of gear was you were inspired by me. I was inspired by Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's kind of why I have the pink and everything. I've had a couple people in my family that had breast cancer, so it's something that I take very seriously, and I like to be able to show support whenever I can. So that was my way of showing support for the boobies.
The dedication is there, and
Yeah,
that is really cool to hear.
big boob guy, big boob guy. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, that's my I can't believe I just said that. That's my breast cancer awareness gear. And same thing with the gear that I wore last month. It's got like a kind of silvery
Yeah, it's almost like glitter.
sequin,
Almost.
but I have pink trim on it, and that's where the pink came from. Same with this T-shirt, very inspired by the color pink. Yes.
So we now know where the inspiration comes from for your love of pink.
Absolutely, yes. That is it. That is where it comes from, and yeah, big supporter for the boobies, as I said.
No, that is great to hear that that you're dedicating your gear and everything to breast cancer.
Yes, I definitely do.
All right, so fourth question, you were talking about Batista before.
Yeah.
How many times did Batista become world champion?
Oh. Is there multiple choice? Can I have multiple choice?
Do you want multiple? I will give you multiple choice.
Yeah, give me multiple choice.
And this is combined, both WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be higher than what I originally thought. Okay.
All right. 4, 6, 8, 9.
Okay. 8.
No, it is 6.
What?
He's won the WWE Championship 2 times and the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times.
That's where. So I knew that. Wait, what was the second one you said?
I said he won the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times, the WWE Championship 2 times.
Okay. In my head, I was like, world title 4, because I had that in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought that he had more than 2 WWE title reigns. Maybe they were just like long reigns. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he
the world title. He that was like his belt for a while. Like he had that a few times. Yeah.
He won the WWE Championship once. John Cena. I don't know if he won it again. I forget when he won the other WWE Championship.
Maybe he won it in a chamber. Did he ever win the chamber?
I don't think so. I don't know. I gotta look that up. I saw it that he won the WWE Championship 2 times, the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times. So it's in all total 6.
I was wrong.
Well, you still got 3 right. You got majority of the questions right.
All right. Well, that's good. There's one more question, right?
There is one more question. So no matter what, you got majority of the questions correct.
Cool.
All right. So this is the hardest question. You are a YouTuber.
Yes, I am.
Speaking of YouTube, what was the title of the first ever video to be published on YouTube?
Wait. Just on YouTube in general?
YouTube. What was the first video that was published on YouTube?
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
You don't? Do you want to take a shot? You want to take a guess?
Can you multiple choice it for me?
I will multiple choice it for you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Ready? Here we go. Me at the zoo. I'm at the zoo. The beginning of YouTube. And playtime with John.
Why do I want to say playtime with John? The second one you said was I'm at the zoo?
I'm at the zoo.
I'm going with that one. I'm going with that one. I'm at the
Which
zoo.
one? I'm
I'm,
at the zoo?
I'm at the zoo.
That is incorrect. It is me at the zoo.
What? That's not even English.
It is not English. It was posted 17 years ago.
Wow. How many
That's
views does it have?
234 million views. It was posted on April 23rd, 2005. And it
Wow.
has 12 million likes.
Wow. What was the channel that it came from? You know.
Jawed. Jawed. And fun fact, that is the only YouTube video on that channel.
Wow. I mean, do you have to post anything else after that?
I mean, he's got, I mean, for one video, he's got 2.94 million subscribers.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know what, I mean, either you and me are doing something wrong. I mean, one video.
Oh, we're 100% doing it wrong.
But no, so that is the first ever video posted on YouTube. 234 million views. Me at the zoo. Not even proper English, just me at the zoo. And he basically just talks that he's at the zoo. And that's it. It's 19 seconds long.
I wanna look at it really quick.
Do that.
Excuse my my.
It's fine.
my
I will get the surprise.
Oh, nice. It was me at the zoo. First thing, world's first YouTube video.
Yes, me at the zoo.
Literally, this man.
Yes.
He's saying that he's at the zoo.
Yes, that's all it is. It's just him saying he's at a zoo.
Wait, hang on. I need to share. There's a comment. It says, if he uploads another video with the title, Me Leaving the Zoo, that will have to be the end of YouTube.
Oh my god. If you upload something saying me leaving the zoo, I'll be like, this is the end. This is the absolute end.
That is the greatest thing ever.
Did you see what San Diego Zoo said? They're like, we're so honored that the first ever YouTube video was filmed here. They should have something there to dedicate it.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so do you want me to tell you what the surprise is, or do you want to find out right when it goes?
Oh, I just want to find it out when it goes.
Alright. Fair warning, there is no sound, I think.
Okay,
So,
video?
fair warning, yes.
Alright, let me see. Oh my god, that's my logo. Oh, you did not. That is awesome. That is the coolest thing. It's me. I'm doing the little strut and everything. Look at that. And Johnny Collins making his way up the steel steps, smacking the steps, getting into the ring, getting up onto the top rope. Am I gonna do the? Let's see. I'm doing the thing. Oh, that's my thing.
Alrighty. Wow. I got a face scan and everything, and it came out so good. I was like, I gotta show this to him on the podcast.
That is the coolest thing. I really appreciate that you do stuff like that. It really is awesome. It's so cool.
No, it's a pleasure. I love making these, and I love seeing the reactions from superstars. It's just so cool to make them in a video game, and all of a sudden just showing them, and it's like, oh my god, I'm in a video game. It's like,
because it's what all of us dream of in one way or another. Like, everybody wants to be on a WrestleMania. Everybody wants to get signed to a major company.
Definitely.
Everybody wants an action figure, right? But like one of those things is definitely being in a video game. So to have people making you is very, very cool, and you do it so spot on. That logo that you saw on the screen, my cousin made this. This is
oh really?
One that I went to his wedding. So shout out Tom, he's the man. Yeah, he made this logo for me. So very
that
cool.
is a cool fun fact.
Yes, yes.
I was wondering about that. It's a nice logo. It's I remember the Johnny Collins championship I made for you. I
Yeah.
remember drawing it out, and I think I got the spacing too far. And I was like, oh my god, there's no turning back now.
No,
I was
that
like,
looked awesome. That looked awesome. It's funny. My cousin was over at my house one day. He came out to visit, and he was just like on my couch, and he was like doodling. He was like, "Hey, I made this for you." I was like, "Can I use that?" He was like, "Yeah." Like, yeah, I was just messing around. And I was like, "Well, that's awesome." So, full circle moment. He makes it for me. I get to watch him get married. Very cool. So that's
yeah,
what we do.
it's like it's a good cousin friendship right there, relationship.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He's like my brother. He's like my older brother. So that was definitely
A
cool. But
brother
yeah,
from another mother.
yeah. But he made this logo. So yeah, no,
No,
he's gonna love to see that it was on the 2K game. He's gonna think that's awesome.
no, it's a really cool logo, and it's a pleasure to make that for you. Not finished yet, so it was basically it's like an early look at it. So
Oh,
once I get everything, plus also I wanted to do a little bit more with the attire, but I knew I was like this looks like you could see the pink. I know there's a break in between the pink and the black, so I wanted to do
oh, it
that.
looks awesome.
But no, once I get everything finished with it, I'm definitely gonna post that to Instagram saying, "Oh, updated model, updated render." Might post it on the community creations because I know some people like seeing the Victory Pro Wrestling Superstars, and some people even ask me, "Can you upload this?"
So cool.
So I do.
Hey, other
So
people want to download us, man. We're in high demand.
I remember I posted Jack on the community creations because I think somebody wanted it or something like that. Or I was like, I'll post Jack on the community creations just to see, And I remember the creations weren't, like, the uploading wasn't working or whatever. Like, it wouldn't show that I uploaded it. So I uploaded, like, him, like I tried, like, 6 times. And I'm like, this is not working. And I look to see if it's there. There's like 6 Jack Tomlinsons on the community creations. I'm like, oh my god, and I can't even delete it because I can't change it. So if you want Jack Tomlinson on the community creations, there's 6 Jack Tomlinsons. I don't think you'll have a problem
Look at that and be
finding
like,
one.
somebody really likes Jack Tomlinson.
Yeah, somebody really likes Jack Tomlinson. Probably somebody's gonna be like, what's the difference? There's no difference.
So funny.
Anyway, Johnny, thank you for doing this for the first episode of Dusting Off the Ropes. It was a pleasure of having you on.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was very, very cool. I wanted you to do this for a while. I think that you just have
Yes,
the personality. You have the hosting personality. You're just so easy to talk to. You're a good public speaker. So
I get it.
It was a cool thing. I'm glad you got to do it.
Thank you. I get it from my uncles. I have 2 uncles who do basically like pro wrestling, like almost podcast stuff. One of them I posted on the other day that I was co-hosting with him for the Hell in a Cell Pacecast. So he does that, and
What are their names? What are their names? Your uncles?
Well, no, I'm not even joking. You, one of my uncles is named Scooter Dust. You can see the resemblance there.
Scooter.
He actually had Scooter Dust before. I even made Ryandust, I think. So
That's great.
it was such a coincidence when he told me, "Oh, Scooter Dust." And I was like, "Oh, and Ryandust."
Who else? Scooter Dust, and who else?
And
Mike, is that his name?
What?
Your other uncle, is it Mike?
Mike Johnson from PW Insider.
Amazing.
So we definitely have that. We definitely have that pro wrestling voice there.
Absolutely. Thank you for thinking of me, man, for the first time. Very cool. Very honored to be on.
No, I definitely had to have you on as my first guest, and it was one heck of an interview. I always like hearing what you gotta say, and I think this was a great interview. It might be the best interview that we will ever have on this channel, and it will go down as the first ever episode. So hey, another thing. There's another thing you could say that you did that nobody else can do.
Yes, I don't know if it'll be the best interview you've ever had, but it'll definitely be the first. So.
Well, right now it's the best interview I ever had.
You don't have much to compare to, bro. So yeah, it's the best.
Alrighty, Johnny. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
People who are watching this interview, thank you again for watching. Tomorrow, if you are going Under Pressure, Victory Pro Wrestling presents Under Pressure, where in the main event, Johnny Collins will defend his Victory Pro Wrestling Championship against Jack Tomlinson, and the Even Stevens will defend their Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles against, well, who knows? Only Kevin Fulton. And if the Even Stevens lose, they will be barred from ringside in the main event.
Tragic, really.
Yeah, it is tragic. But how will we know the results? Well, you got to find out tomorrow at Victory Pro Wrestling's Under Pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dusting Off the Ropes.